President Reagan appeared at the Construction Trade Council at Washington's Hilton Hotel. The speech was lukewarmly received, and the president attributed that to the majority of Democrats in the audience. He appreciated their light but polite applause. Following the speech, he left the hotel through a side entrance and passed a line of press photographers and TV cameras. He was almost at the car when he heard what sounded like 2 or 3 firecrackers over to his left. Gary Parr, the head of the president's Secret Service unit, grabbed Reagan by the waist and literally hurled him into the back of the limousine. They sped to the hospital emergency entrance.
Rawhide is okay. Follow up. Rawhide is okay. Half back, Roger. You want to go to the hospital or back to the White House? We're going to Crown. Okay. Back to the White House. Back to the White House. Rawhide is okay.
Right about here, Jerry Parr realizes that something's wrong with the president because he's having trouble breathing. He says, I'm having trouble breathing. I don't know. What's wrong? Are you having a heart attack? Is it your heart? And, Reagan says, I don't think so. And then he starts dabbing blood from his lips, and it's bright and frothy blood. And from Parr's training, he knows that that means it's oxygen. It's probably from the lungs. That isn't good. And so Jerry Parr has to make a call.
Roger, we want to go to the emergency room of George Washington.
That's a Roger.
Go to George Washington fast.
Roger, Sergeant Barrow, could you?
Get an ambulance. Get the stretcher. Horsepower, you copy? CW. Correct, we've made the call. Horsepower. Let's hustle.
Gary Parr, the head of the president's Secret Service unit, grabbed Reagan by the waist and literally hurled him into the back of the limousine. They sped to the hospital emergency entrance, and the president was the first to exit the limo, entering the emergency room. He told a nurse coming to meet him that he was having trouble breathing, and then suddenly his knees turned rubbery, and the president passed out for several minutes. When he opened his eyes, he saw Nancy looking down at him. She'd rushed to the hospital after hearing what had happened. Little by little, the president learned what had happened to him. He had a bullet lodged in his lung. James Brady, his press secretary, had been shot in the head. Secret Service agent Tim McCarthy had been shot in the chest. Policeman Tom Delahanty had been shot in the neck. All of them victims of a lone young assailant who was quickly in police custody. Some weeks later, the president viewed the television accounts of what had happened that day. He very gratefully noticed that as he was being thrown into the limo, there facing the camera and the gunman, spread-eagling himself to protect the president, was Tim McCarthy, who was shot in the chest and lived.